when people pay for something, even if it's nominal, it makes them accountable.
Oh, it does.
Because you're paying for something, so you're going to turn up.
Yeah.
If it's free, you'll cancel and you'll be like, oh, I don't need to go there today and I can go the next time she has one. But
even at that, because the She Means Business events were set by the London crowd at £6. It's so small that people will sign up and not turn up. So actually that's something I need to rethink as well.
Yeah. And I have had that actually. I had a couple of people who didn't turn up for the June event. Yeah. And that, it does. It makes you wonder. But I also think that there's got to be something more. There's a reason why they haven't turned up. Either the drive's not there to meet people,
or they've got fear.
They've got fear. Oh my goodness, I paid for something. I don't want to go anymore. And it's something that they need to sort of look in themselves. I think that there's some inner work that needs to be done, which never ends. I don't know about you, but mindset, that inner voice, it never ends.
No.
And it's definitely not, let's just read this one book and then I'll be cured.
I'm sorted.
I'm all fixed. Let's go on. But it's a daily practice. Yeah. It's a daily practice. Yeah. So, and even with me, it's a daily practice. Mm-hmm. I still get nervous training in front of large groups, speaking in front of large groups, or even just small groups of, 6 people. Mm-hmm. You get nervous if you don't know them. That's just natural. But I also think that having a bit of a butterfly in your tummy, I think is also a good thing, because I think it really means that you care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you care. You care about turning up and what you're going to say and the value that you're going to give, because they've given up 2 hours to come and spend with you, and 2 hours is super precious.
It is, especially like if you're a group of mums as well. It's probably like me. It's doing all this stuff while the kids are at school or or wherever, or maybe if you've got a small baby. It's you do not have the same number of hours in the day as other people.
You really don't. No.
This episode is brought to you by the Social Bee Academy, your online learning space to market and grow your business. With monthly training, live group coaching calls, a thriving community and resource library. If you're looking for learning, focus and accountability, the Social Bee Academy is for you. Come and check it out at www.louisebrogan.com.
Beware of a woman that only has, a few hours in the day to dedicate to her business or to her career or to, doing her passion, because, she'll be there, cranking it out, more than the next person who's working a 9-hour day.
That's true.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting actually, because my group is Mums in Biz, but I have such a huge portion of non-mothers and non-married women come to my groups now. Yeah. And I've had people go, oh, is it just for mums? And I'm like, absolutely not. No. Come along. It is called that just because I haven't thought of any other name, to be honest with you, but it's also
started really.
It is. And it came from a need that I had as a mother and who had a business.
I bet as well now that it's grown, that it's word of mouth.
It is word of mouth. I'm really surprised at how it's got around, and people are sort of talking about it a lot more. There are a lot of female entrepreneur groups here. Mm-hmm. Mine being different, I would say, because the value that you get. I mean, you're coming and you're learning something and you're walking away that you can apply it to your life or to your business or to your career. Mm-hmm. It is a place which is safe. You can come and, speak and express how you feel. There are groups out there who are, very spammy, very, give me your business card so I can send you all of my promotional material. Yeah. There are those groups out there. And how it's sort of weeded out on my side is that I think people have realised that, this is not that type of group. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is for me. And that is totally fine.
Yeah, so they come and they realise that that's not what you're about, so they don't come back. And that's...
Absolutely.
That's so funny. We're so similar because I would say that mine is the same. And, after my last Belfast event, somebody said to me at the end, this has just been so refreshing, so different to the normal networking kind of events I go to. And I took that as a huge compliment, which she meant as a compliment. So.
Yep, I get that as well. Yeah, I did. And yesterday I had a little meetup, really little, like it was only 6 of us there. I just posted it into our group again, saying it's summer holidays, but if you're here, like I am working, come and meet me for a coffee. And the small group turned up. And I was sitting there thinking, because that was the size of the group that turned up last November.
Yeah.
And I was sort of sitting there thinking, this is so nice. Sometimes it's really nice having an intimate group, where everyone can speak. But I was also thinking to myself that whether there's 6 people or 60 people, it doesn't matter. Like whether there's one person who turns up to my event or 100 people, it doesn't matter. It's about the connection that you have with that other person. And that will then transform everything.
Whenever we had originally got in touch, you said that you've only really started your online presence more recently.
Yes.
So did that come from your meetup group wanting to connect online, or how did that come about?
Not really. I think it came up. So my business has predominantly always been referral based for 6 years. Full business, full practice, full time. Henry was in nursery before I had Mackenzie, was in nursery full time because I had big clients and traveling. But after I had Mackenzie, and then obviously, beginning of 2017, and wanting that bigger taste, changing and sort of making the coaching, the community and the coaching community the succeeding in heels part, rather than just my name as a consultant.
Yes.
I sort of thought, okay, well, maybe I should take this online. And I've really only been online for about maybe 10 months on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, like not long. And I only put my website up maybe 2 months ago. It just hasn't been a priority because I just love connecting. I've loved connecting in person, but it was time for me to step out of my comfort zone and to go bigger and to reach more people, to try and find my tribe and to try and find more people, not just here in Dubai, but abroad, because my clients are abroad as well. And I don't know, it's been a very interesting personal development learning curve because you're exposed. You're really exposed on social media, and I find that quite daunting. I'm not an introvert. No, I'm not an introvert. I'm not one of those people who say, oh, I'm really an introvert. I'm not. But I can honestly say that. I'm not. But it's a different ball game.
What is interesting about that is that I have been online for 5, I can't remember, it's 5 or 6 years old now.
Yep.
And it's always been online and then delivering workshops and stuff locally.
Yep.
But actually this year I have found that I have got a lot of personal pleasure out of going out and meeting people. So I'm kind of not the other way around, because I still very much have my online groups and my online Social Bee Academy and everything. But I'm going to London for a meeting in October, 5th of October. And I thought, again, why not? I've organised my first meetup in London. So I'm hosting, and I said in my free group, Social Bee Hive, would anybody be up for a meeting in London? So really pushing myself outside my comfort zone. I have hired a space in Covent Garden.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to meet, it's a small space, I'm going to meet hopefully 10 of my London-based Social Bee Hivers. So it's really, because I just like me. I think when you meet somebody in person, you make such a connection with them that you don't necessarily get through working online. Although saying that, the group calls and the doing like a Zoom call face to face, I think is really brilliant. And so my one-to-one coaching calls I do, podcasts I record without video, so I can't see you. But the coaching calls are face-to-face over Zoom, and the mastermind that I'm launching is very much going to be face-to-face, because I think then you make a much stronger connection with somebody.
Yes.
But I love meeting people in the flesh, if you like, as well.
Yeah. And I just think it just makes it, I mean, if I'm coaching, it's all pretty much online. So I do the same with Zoom. If I'm consulting, so if I'm doing any HR consulting, which is actually quite a small part of my business now, I do a lot more training and coaching. I will meet people face-to-face, obviously, and training is face-to-face with regards to sort of workshops or training for corporate or partnering with training companies. There's just something different. But I also I found myself grow within the online industry, online the last, 6 months, I reckon, because I put myself out there a lot more. And the value that I've got back is, again, like not about followers or anything like that, but I've connected with, like, obviously you. Then I've connected with other women online who have podcasts, who have apps, who have got businesses and, just different industries. And I would never have met them if I didn't go online, because it just spreads you wider and further, doesn't it?
Well, I think, you're in Dubai and I'm just outside Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I don't know a lot of people who do what I do, really, but I find those people online. So, yes, I mean, it has, as you say, it's the same thing. There are some really strong connections that I have made from people from all over the world, which you just wouldn't get. You wouldn't have got it 10 years ago.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was the old-fashioned, networking and, going to those sort of meets as well.
Yeah.
And I also I have had quite a few men saying, "Oh, is your meetup only for women?"
What do you say to that?
I say yes, it is only for women. Yes, it is only for women. Probably because within the industries that I've consulted in, they've been very male dominated. So I have a lot of male connections, and I did used to coach a lot of men one-on-one and consult with them within these companies. But it's just organically moved over to women. I just find that having men within the meetup, there's a different dynamic.
Yes.
And I'm married. I don't hate men, you know what I mean, or anything like that. I have a son.
You feel like you have to defend your decisions.
You do. I know. I really, sometimes you're just like, I'm not defending myself. This is how it is.
Yeah.
And I actually like have become a little bit like that. I'm like, no, this is how it is. Yeah. Because I want women to feel comfortable, and some of them, are going through soul searching and are going through times of their lives that, this is a practice for them coming to these meetups or these networking events, and they're getting out of their comfort zone. And, the conversations sometimes that are driven when men are in the room versus women in the room are different. There's that dominating factor. And I want everyone to have a voice, and I want everyone to feel comfortable to speak, and that's why I do say in the meetups or in my workshops that this is a safe environment. Well, this is not an environment that we're going to judge. We're going to, this is confidentiality as well. If anyone is speaking about things, we need to keep it within this room. And, look, it's so small. Dubai is a massive city. It's a bit of a mixture, I think, between New York and LA in some aspects. But in some aspects, it's a country town. And I will hear from people who I know through circles, and I know where they're working, or I know that they've, started a company. It's so small that I know if you're out there saying stuff. So just be respectful. And I think that, bringing women together, it is about that. And if you don't want to be a part of that community where you're truly supporting each other, then I don't think that this is the environment for you. And hence why I just make it all women.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's funny because organically my free community, the Social Beehive, I have a mixture. I'd say it's...
interesting.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably... about, and I must actually go and look at the stats. It's a while since I did that. I would say it's about 70% women, I think. There are men in there. And so when I shared the She Means Business stuff that I was doing. You know, two guys